hours a day, 7 days a week, there are scores of active volcanoes around the planet. Sometimes there's 100 plus, sometimes there's only 20 or 30, that are erupting or putting out ash or gas or lava flows. You can go pull up the science on those. You can go read what the volcanologists have to say, what the geologists have to say, and there's a lot of volcanic activity going on around the world right now. There's a mega volcano that covers the area of 3 states surrounding Yellowstone. It's right in the middle of it. Parts of Yellowstone are raising several feet a year. Other parts are lowering. Suddenly the geysers are going crazy. Suddenly Old Faithful is going off more often and shooting a lot higher in the air, and they're concerned. The last time that sucker blew up, volcanologists, geologists, seismologists say that it devastated large parts of the United States, dimmed the earth for years, and made temperatures drop as much as 10 degrees. One large explosive volcano can make the temperature of the earth go down as much as 5 degrees in 1 year. Meanwhile, they want to carbon tax everything. How much carbon does a volcano put out? And before I get into the volcanoes, I saw an ad, and everything on CNN, Fox, Brita commercials saying don't drink bottled water because it hurts the earth, use a Brita. Well, the problem is a Brita charcoal filter only cuts out some of the bad taste. It's better than drinking straight tap water, but the bad stuff, the fluoride, the mercury, the arsenic, the chlorine. Again, you're drinking something fish can't live in. Fish die in hours. You throw fish in a bucket of tap water, they die. Well, why are you drinking it? But side issue. They are now saying that they are going to put taxes on basically all human activity. And in this ad I saw for Waste Management, they talked about how their trash companies paying for the environment and paying to plant trees that clean the earth of the toxic waste carbon dioxide. Folks, carbon dioxide, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and the sun are the 4 components of the carbon cycle and life on this planet. We're carbon-based life forms. This is a tax on breathing. We'll get into it when we get back in the volcanoes.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
We are back live now into hour number 2 on this live February 2nd, 2009 edition. More of your phone calls coming up in the next segment at 1-800-259-9231. I'm going to get into Obama and more broken promises. This time I'm still allowing secret CIA and Defense Department kidnapping of American citizens and foreigners to be taken to torture camps. It's all lies that they're getting rid of these camps. The only thing they're doing is talking about shutting down one of hundreds they have, Guantanamo Bay. If you read the legalese in the executive order, that's now even in the L.A. Times, the liberal site Raw Stories having to admit it with horror. Yes, you're being betrayed. Will you be as stupid as Bush supporters who were in the little psychological game of, well, Democrats are attacking Bush, so no matter what he does, we got to stick with him. Well, Republicans are attacking Obama. No matter what he does, we got to stick with him. They all work for the same people. It's a parlor trick. So that's coming up as well. And we have Congressman Hamburg joining us to get into the FEMA camp legislation next hour. Okay, so we have the heaviest snow in 20 years in large parts of Britain grind to a halt. Airports are shut down. Roads are shut down. The heaviest snowfall in 20 years has closed thousands of schools and caused transport chaos up the eastern side of Britain, with London, the surrounding areas, the hardest hit. 6 million bus passengers were left in the lurch as all Londoners' bus service were halted because of dangerous driving conditions, and every tube line except the Victoria line was at least partially suspended. Many mainline commuter rail services were also canceled or seriously delayed, and flights in London airports were decimated, with both of Heathrow's runways shut, Luton and London City closed, and Gatwick and Stansted flights subject to delays and short notice cancellations. Millions of commuters stayed at home rather than brave the conditions, as an estimated 1 in 5 people either worked from home or took the day off, costing industry hundreds of millions of pounds. So, and the Middle East is snowing. snowing in Asia, tropical areas are snowing. And if you go back in their histories, it snows every 100 years or so in these places, the Middle East and areas in Asia. But it does it every time sunspot activity is being recorded. They've been studying the sun for hundreds of years. It's one of the few things that's been studied scientifically for around 300 years closely with telescopes, and they've had major universities marking down the number of sunspots for over 300 years. They have never seen the sun clear with 0 sunspots this long. What is a sunspot? A giant sun flare blasting out from the sun. It's and in the last 100 years, with instruments studying it, they know that the sun is putting off more radiation, more heat, more X-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet, the whole spectrum. And it's cooled down. And so now Mars is getting a bigger ice cap. Now, dovetail that with volcanoes, which they know a major gaseous explosion from a volcano puts out more than all human activity in our modern history. Is the government going to ban volcanoes because they change the climate? Climate change. We've got to stop climate change. It's got to be forever springtime or summer. We've got to stop winter. I think if they told the public winter was unnatural or summer was unnatural, they believe it. It was cold, now it's hot. We're in crisis. Oh, my gosh, it's all over. What are we going to do? We're on a giant planet hurtling through galactic space. Stop being so stupid. Volcano erupts near Tokyo, raining ash down on city. Oh, no, carbon. It'll kill everyone. A volcano erupted near Tokyo early Monday, spewing a plume of smoke more than a mile or 1.6 kilometers high and raining ash down on parts of the city. There were no immediate reports of injuries or damage. Mount Asama, about 90 miles northeast of Tokyo, erupted at 1:51 a.m. GMT Monday, according to Japan's meteorological agency. Chunks of rock from the explosion were found 3,300 feet away from the volcano. The agency said volcanic ash fell on nearby areas as well as parts of Tokyo. TV reports showed neighborhoods sprinkled with white flakes. Oh my gosh, we've never had volcanoes before. Ban carbon. That's why their houses are built out of wood and paper, balsa wood, because of the volcanoes, because of earthquakes. It's normal. No, it's humans. We did it. Tax me. It'll fix it. Tax me, please, save me.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Waging war on corruption, crashing to the lies and disinformation, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, back Sundays 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, volcano erupts near Tokyo, raining ash down on the city and spewing rocks everywhere, boulders. Scientists see holes in glacier at Alaska volcano. AP geologists monitoring Mount Redoubt for signs of a possible eruption noticed a hole in the glacier clinging to the north side of the volcano had doubled in size overnight and now spans the length of 2 football fields. Scientists with the Alaska Volcano Observatory on Friday flew close to Drift Glacier and spotted vigorous steam emanating from the hole on the mountaintop. But Saturday, they had confirmed the area was a fumarole, an opening in the earth that emits gas and steam that was increasing in size at an alarming rate. And the same thing is happening, of course, in Yellowstone. The whole thing is a fumarole. That's why you have it rising and falling and all the glaciers and the bubbling mud pits. But it's getting more and more active. And a lot of top volcanologists and seismologists and others that study this are saying it could blow sky high. You see, giant meteorites, huge comets slam into the planet. Scientists had always told the public to not scare them. Over and over again, not to worry that it was only every 10, 15, 20 million years that a giant comet or asteroid would hit the planet. The huge devastators. But then Shoemaker-Levy, the big comet, slammed into one of the gas giants and broke into 5 pieces and blew holes in it as big as the Earth. I'm going from memory here. Shoemaker-Levy slammed into, it was Jupiter, wasn't it? Or was it Saturn it hit? I can't keep track of all this. Will one of you guys Google that? Just type Shoemaker-Levy or comet slams into Jupiter. and the year. Just pull it up here for me. I'm not snapping for them to snap to. I snap when I'm trying to think. Which one did the comet go into? I can't keep track of it all. It was decades ago. The point is, when that happened, they had to admit, and then now with the observatories, the radio telescopes, every year, huge asteroids come with only 500,000 miles, 1 million miles, and that sounds like far away, but it's not in the scheme of space. Yes, comet slams into Jupiter, March 4th, 95, was when this article was written. In July of 94, 21 chunks of Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, which had broken apart a year earlier, slammed into Jupiter. The Hubble telescope recorded this spectacular event.